The cold grip of power defined Rafael Cortez, the most formidable mafia boss in Chicago. He commanded an underground empire valued at hundreds of millions, orchestrating deals that eluded the police's grasp and making even the East Coast syndicates hesitate at the mere mention of his name. Yet for the past few years, the 37-year-old man had been consumed by an overwhelming emptiness. Ever since his wife, Sophia, affectionately known to all as Sophie, perished in a car bombing intended for him, Rafael had secluded himself within his sprawling 3,000-square-meter mansion in Chicago's elite suburbs. He immersed himself in work, meeting with his associates and sealing multi-million-dollar contracts, but it all felt mechanical, driven by sheer momentum. He wasn't truly living, he was merely surviving, steering clear of anything that might resurrect memories of the woman he cherished above all else. Until one day something peculiar caught his eye about Violet, his unassuming housekeeper. Violet Hayes, 27 years old, had been employed at the mansion for the past several years, originally hired by Sophie herself. Now Violet represented the final fragile link tying Rafael to his late wife. Throughout those years, Violet had performed her duties in quiet obscurity, almost vanishing into the vastness of the home. But recently, a change had emerged. She was visibly pregnant, yet in all her time there, she had never once referenced a husband, a partner, or any man in her life to anyone in the household. Rafael started observing her more intently. He noticed how she concealed her morning sickness, how her uniform strained increasingly around her midsection, and how she evaded any heavy lifting. Her hands quivered whenever he passed by, and her gaze never dared to meet his. There were instances when she appeared on the verge of speaking, only to swallow her words. Why was she so terrified? Who fathered the child she carried? And why did she persist in her work, rather than requesting maternity leave like any typical woman might? One Friday afternoon, as Violet departed the mansion with her worn black bag and familiar uniform, Rafael did something unprecedented in years. He trailed her, not in his opulent Bentley or with a convoy of guards as was his custom. Instead, he drove a nondescript black sedan, maintaining a cautious distance behind the bus she boarded daily. He couldn't fathom what compelled him. Perhaps the gnawing curiosity that had plagued him for weeks, or the isolation that had finally stirred concern for another, or maybe an inexplicable intuition. The bus transported her to a rundown working-class district on Chicago's fringes, a realm of dilapidated apartments, shadowy stairwells, pervasive dampness, and distant echoes of children's cries, a place utterly foreign to a mafia boss like Rafael. And what he uncovered next didn't merely reduce Chicago's iciest mafia leader to tears. It irrevocably transformed his existence. If you're ready for this story, leave me a comment and tell me where you're watching this video from. Don't forget to hit like to support the channel and share this video with the people you know who love emotional stories. If you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe and turn on notifications so you won't miss the next stories. Rafael lingered a few minutes before entering the apartment building. He scanned his surroundings to ensure no one noticed him, then pushed through the corroded iron door. The musty odor assaulted him immediately. The walls bore water stains, paint flaking in broad swaths, and a feeble overhead light flickered precariously, as if on the brink of failure. Rafael had never ventured into such a setting. Raised in a mafia dynasty, he had dwelled in lavish estates from childhood, and as an adult, he had seized control of a vast empire. His reality encompassed extravagant galas, clandestine dealings in exclusive lounges, and private jets to Europe. Yet this was the daily refuge of his housekeeper after she left his domain, an entirely alien world. He ascended the stairs, each creak protesting underfoot. First floor, second floor, third floor. Rafael regulated his breath, striving for silence. He wasn't certain what he sought, but an indefinable force propelled him onward. Upon reaching the fourth floor, he halted. The corridor was constricted and dim, illuminated solely by a single sputtering bulb at its end. 3 doors lined the hall, and he had noted which one Violet had entered, the final unit at the corridor's terminus, an aged wooden door coated in faded blue paint. Rafael approached stealthily, each step measured, as though nearing a perilous adversary. Then he heard it, a voice emanating from within, a child's voice resonant with excitement. "Mom, you're home!" Rafael froze utterly, his body rigid. His heart stuttered, then thundered as if seeking escape from his ribcage. What had he just overheard? Mom? Violet had a child? Violet's response followed, tender and affectionate in a manner he had never encountered during her years of service. "Yes, I'm home, sweetheart. Were you good today? Have you eaten yet?" A child's gleeful laughter pealed forth, crystalline as chimes. Rafael remained rooted, his back pressed to the hallway's chill wall, immobilized. Violet had a child she had never disclosed. In all her time at the mansion, she had omitted any mention of a family, of a waiting child, of anyone anticipating her return. Each morning she arrived, diligently cleaned, prepared meals, and vanished quietly at dusk. And he, her employer, had never inquired, never shown interest, never regarded her as a person with an existence beyond his estate's confines. Now, in this shadowy corridor of a run-down building, Rafael grasped that he knew nothing of the woman who had been in his midst for years. She had a child. She was expecting another, and she had concealed it all. Why? The query ravaged his thoughts like a tempest. Why conceal it? Why withhold it? And crucially, how old was the child within that apartment? Rafael attempted to reckon. Violet had served him for years. If the night he had blacked out occurred just prior to her extended leave years ago, it aligned perfectly that the boy was now of an age that fit. The morning after, a dreadful realization coalesced in Rafael's mind, a notion he recoiled from, yet it swelled, engulfing him like shadows devouring light. And at that instant, the apartment door swung wide. Violet framed the doorway, her grip still on the knob. She had intended to step out, perhaps to discard trash or fetch an item, but all plans evaporated as her gaze locked with Rafael's. Her expression morphed from astonishment to abject terror in a heartbeat. Color fled her visage, rendering her already pallid, sleep-deprived, pregnancy-weary skin ghostly. Her lips parted, yet no utterance emerged. Her eyes bulged with dread, bewilderment, and a poignant semblance of remorse. Mr. Cortez? Her voice quavered, and that was her limit. But Rafael's attention bypassed her. It fixated on the young boy clutching his mother's leg, peering at the intruder with a child's guileless intrigue. The boy appeared around that fitting age, clad in blue superhero pajamas. His ebony hair tousled as though freshly roused, and as the child raised his face to regard Rafael, the mafia boss's reality crumbled. Onyx eyes, not brown, not hazel like most youngsters, but profound, infinite black, mirroring precisely the hue Rafael confronted daily in reflections. The boy's traits remained tender, cheeks plump with youth. Yet emerging contours hinted at maturity, a subtly squared jaw, a straight nose, and the manner in which he cocked his head while appraising something inquisitively, identical to Raphael's habitual gesture whenever pondering. Sophie had once jested about that quirk, likening him to a pup deciphering human discourse. But prolonged scrutiny unveiled only himself in those ebony eyes, in that squared jaw, in the boy's upright posture, poised even confronting a stranger. Time suspended. The murky hallway, the mildewed scent, the faint television drone from an adjacent unit. All dissolved. Only Raphael, Violet, and the child remained. 3 souls in a narrow portal, harboring a secret interred for years. "Theo, go inside, sweetheart." Violet's tone was tender yet quivered as she nudged the boy inward. Theo glanced back at Raphael with unabated curiosity. Theo. The boy's name was Theo. Raphael inscribed it indelibly, as if engraving granite. Once the child vanished behind the door, Violet and Raphael confronted each other mutely. She didn't flee. She recognized evasion was futile. Tears traced her cheeks, yet she emitted no sob. She merely endured, hands encircling her expectant abdomen, questing safeguard, anticipating the tempest she foresaw. "That boy," Raphael uttered at last, his timbre deep and ragged, each syllable wrested forcibly. "How old is he?" Violet sealed her eyes. Tears persisted, and upon reopening, they bore years of anguish, years of concealment, years of solitary burden. "4," she murmured. "He is 4 years old." The confirmation, though anticipated, hammered him none the less. 4 years old, years ago, the night of oblivion induced by excess drink, awakening to amnesia. Fragments aligned like a mosaic he abhorred envisioning. Violet inhaled profoundly, steadying herself amid her quaking form. She retreated, widening the door, and murmured softly, her tone nearly inaudible, "Please come in." Raphael traversed the threshold somnambulantly, no longer the dominant mafia overlord, no longer the empire's sovereign. In that juncture, he was merely a man confronting a revelation poised to upend his existence. The apartment was minuscule, encompassable in one sweep. A combined lounge and kitchen, one portal to a bedchamber, another, presumably, the bath. The expanse scarcely exceeded 40 square meters, tinier than his mansion's lavatory. Yet Raphael's focus transcended the confinement. It was the immaculacy. All was antiquated. A threadbare sofa frayed at an edge, a scarred wooden table, a refrigerator wheezing perilously. Yet all was meticulously scoured, orderly. No dust mote, no blemish. This was a cleaner's abode, instinctual. And adorning the walls were infantile sketches, crayon flourishes, houses, trees, a beaming sun, a long-haired woman clasping a boy's hand. Raphael gazed at those artworks, his heart constricting vice-like. This was his son's existence. For years, while he inhabited a palatial estate with myriad attendants, his son matured in this confined space. While he inked lucrative pacts, his son sketched with bargain crayons, affixing to tarnished walls. "Theo, go into your room and play with your toys, okay? Mom needs to talk to our guest." Violet's inflection was soft, yet it wavered, addressing the boy. Theo regarded his mother, then Raphael, curiosity undimmed. But he assented dutifully and scampered to the adjacent nook, where Raphael glimpsed scant, inexpensive plastic playthings strewn. The door latched. The apartment plunged into hush. Violet positioned beside the dining table, hands enveloping her gravid form like armor. She refrained from seating, refrained from eye contact, merely awaited, akin to a litigant anticipating adjudication. Raphael abstained from sitting. He loomed amid the confined space, towering and incongruous among dilapidated furnishings. The atmosphere thickened, sliceable. Both cognized forthcoming utterances would transmute all, and both dreaded that instant. At length, Raphael shattered the quietude. "Tell me." His timbre subdued, nigh inaudible. "Tell me everything." Violet shuttered her eyes momentarily, mustering residual fortitude. Upon reopening, rimmed crimson, her timbre descended, laden with years of solitary secrecy. She commenced, syllable by syllable, as if stripping glacial strata encasing her heart for years. Years ago, Sophie journeyed to her kin in California. Sophie's grandmother gravely ailed, and Sophie resolved to tend her for weeks. It marked the inaugural extended separation since matrimony. Violet recollected that day vividly, the inception of alteration. Raphael returned pallid, soul-lost. He uttered naught. Sequestering in his study, door slammed. Violet, then youthful at 22, employed mere months, dared not query. She discerned gravity. That eve circa 11, concluding chores ere retiring to staff quarters, she discerned noises from the lounge. Bottle clink against glass, burdened sigh, and weeping. Violet petrified beyond the portal, incredulous. Rafael Cortez, Chicago's terror, the impassive, never emotive, wept. Not vociferous, but stifled agony. A man restraining, faltering. She ought to have departed, retreated. Feigned ignorance, but Sophie had entreated if Gabriel faltered absent her, tend him. Sophie averred Gabriel outwardly robust, inwardly frail. Thus, Violet ingress. Raphael reclined floorward, sofa-backed, amid near-depleted whiskey and strewn documents. He elevated, beheld her bloodshot, unfocused, pained, and divulged. That afternoon, medical results, Sophie barren. Exhaustive tests, verdict, Sophie's physique incapable of gestation. Their paramount aspiration, parenthood, obliterated. Raphael narrated Sophie's maternal yearning, nocturnal murmurs of nurseries, pre-selected names. Now unrealizable, he ignorant how to inform Sophie. Confront her anguish. He, solver via wealth and influence, impotent herein. Violet seated adjacent, wordless. For what utterance assuaged such woe? Merely present, signifying companionship. Raphael imbibed, wept, discoursed. Sophie, their affection, dread of forfeiture, self-failure for withholding her desire, intoxicated, ungovernable words, deeds, and sometime aiding him upright to chamber, boundaries breached. Violet paused, timbre snagged, blamed neither, merely night neither authentic. He grief drowned, alcohol sodden. She sought solace, per Sophie's behest, yet threshold traversed. Awakening, Raphael slumbered. She aggressed silently, heart tumultuous, mind chaotic. Unknowing response, cognizant, occurrence ruinous. Raphael roused noonish, amnesiac. Regarded Violet habitually, commanded breakfast, oblivious prior eve. Alcohol eradicated that night. Violet resolved eternal secrecy. Raphael lingered mute, absorbing Violet's every syllable. Uninterrupted, unreactive, statuesque as antiquity unveiled. Violet persisted, timbre marginally stabilized, as verbalizing secrets alleviated shoulder-crushing load minutely. Explicated silence rationale, not employment dread, not Raphael's reprisal, but Sophie. Violet evoked Sophie tear-glazed, voice affectionate genuine. Sophie inaugural, treating humanely. Pre-mansion, Violet labored diversely, everywhere, mere aid, servant, spectral, nameless. But Sophie divergent, inquired life past aspirations, invited Dine Sans guests, procured warm coat inaugural winter, averse Violet's chill marketing dawns. Sophie surrogate sibling Violet lacked, family unexperienced, soul luminescence in orphan's obscurity since 16, post-fateful night, Violet infernal. Observed Sophie repatriate, embrace husband beaming, tenderness bestowed Raphael, Violet death-wished. Betrayed kindest encountered, unforgivable to sisterly treater, yet inexpressible. Utterance marital collapse. Sophie suffer, Violet unbearable causation. Thus, silence elected. Self-sacrifice safeguarding Sophie, persuaded solitary dreadful error. Raphael amnesiac, Sophie ignorant, transpire non-existent, fate unforgiving. Month post, morn nausea. Excuse distant pharmacy pregnancy test. 2 crimson lines, world shattered. Cried nocturnal staff room, muffled pillow stifling. Carried Raphael's offspring, Sophie's spouses. Sophie's unattainable. Sophie repatriated aching infertility. Violet bifurcated hells. Truth devastates Sophie. Freshly barren confront housekeeper gravid husband's progeny. Pain lethal Sophie. Silence, solitary endurance. Pregnancy, birth, rearing sans paternity knowledge. Violet second path. Self-immolation, Sophie shield. Solicited half-year hiatus. Fictitious kin ailment. Sophie unsuspicious. Raphael uncaring query. Violet absconded mansion. Fetal, heartbroken. Month's darkest. Rented cheap peripheral chamber. Subsisted meager savings. Public clinic prenatals. Fatherless queries. Ate sparingly. Hoarded delivery. Theo birthed public hospital rainy eve. Solitary. None clasped hand. None swabbed sweat. None embraced post-agony exhaustion. Soul her, newborn onyx-eyed paternal. Violet beheld son inaugural, wept, joyous, agonized. Cognizant life, perpetual hardship. Yet vowed utmost child safeguard, self-sacrifice. Violet narrated timbre near steady, diary recital. Tear-sweat pages. Post-Theo, savings evaporated. Rent, formula, diapers, neonatal visits. Every cent meticulous. Monthly survival strife. Sought alternate employ. Rejected single mother sans credential. Beyond cleaning, newborn burden. 4 months Theo, pocket fortnight sustenance. Mansion return resolved. Insane paternal employer ignorant progeny. Daily sighting untouchable, yet choiceless. Mansion remunerative. Rearing requisite. Sophie embraced return. Kind woman unsuspicious, joyous sister repatriated. Violet daily torment. Sophie beaming, secret destructive. Procured Clara, widowed adjacent apartment dweller. Clara 50s, progeny distant, acquiesced Theo, care modest monthly. Dawn 4, fed bathed Theo. Entrusted Clara, bus mansion. Nocturnal return, Theo slumbered, forehead kiss ere exhaustion collapse. Years, interminable nightmare. 12-hour mansion labor, serving progeny father, inexpressible. Observed Raphael indifferent passage, deemed optimal. Indifference, secret, secure. Sophie perished. Violet halted, timbre constricted, Sophie's demise familial loss. Nocturnal wept, not solely forfeiture, relief. Sophie truth ignorant, self-loathing relief. Years post-Sophie, Violet encountered Brandon. Plumber, leak repair. Gentle smile. Warm timbre. Gaze beautifying. First affection years. Brandon vowed matrimony. Theo paternal, familial. Violet, prolonged solitary, believed. Heart bestowed. Pregnancy discovered. Informed Brandon. Protracted silence. Contemplation requisite. Morrow, vanished. Number unreachable. Apartment relinquished. Sans farewell. Explication. Evaporated non-existent. Violet precipice anew. Solitary 4-year-old fetal. Spouseless, kinless, supportless. Contemplated termination. Yet Theo's gaze. Oculus paternal. Incapable. Betrayal progeny. Bloodline. Love akin Theo. Violet elevated. Beheld Raphael. Eyes crimson. Tearless. Life overwept. Desiccant. Soul fatigue. Acquiescence. Life misfortune concatenation. Secret interred years unearthed. Violet concluded apartment oppressive hush. Not audible, not respirant, sole remote traffic murmur. Theo's gentle toy clatter chamber. Raphael immobile absorbed every nuance, every laceration, every sacrifice woman mute years born. Now sentiment's 3-year glacial assaulted tidal. Legs strengthless. Staggered, spine wall-pressed, gradual descent floorward. Broad shoulders, Chicago's coldest mafia trembled. Tears ensued. Rafael Cortez, East Coast dread, weakness unshown, wept. Silent rivulets, sharp visage, soiled floor, cramped apartment. Wept guilt, unforgivable intoxicated night, amnesiac. Consequences. Violet solitary years. Wept loss. Years ignorant progeny. Years progeny fatherless. Years paramount infantile moments absent. Wept Sophie. Spouse adored. Perished truth ignorant. Child hers unattainable. Yet Raphael's beloved's blood. Door chamber ajar. Theo egressed, perhaps solitary weary, perhaps adult curious, halted, beheld Raphael floor-seated, eyes crimson, tears facial. Theo cocked, scrutinized sleepy oculus query-laden, scampered, seated frontal, 4-year timbre queried, Mr. Why crying? Hurt? Raphael beheld son, heart vised. His progeny, consanguine, half-genetic, oculus, paternal, identical, cock-curious paternal. Raphael absent all. Absent inaugural birth cry, feverish insomniac nights, primordial utterances, perhaps Mama Dada. Absent unsteady inaugural ambles, absent inaugural smile dentition, absent inaugural birthday subsequent. Years, days, innumerable, irretrievable. He palatial, Sophie grief drowned, son proximate miles, ignorant. Theo elevated diminutive hand, clumsily tear-wiped Raphael's cheek. Don't cry, mister. Mom says excessive crying bad. Want play cars? Playing cars fun. Stop sad. Raphael beheld son's lucid oculus, diminutive hand tear-wiping, internal shift. First 3 years Sophie demise, emptiness alternate. Not anguish, guilt, hope. Life meaningful viable, existence rationale, perhaps fate chance, recommence. Father Theo merited. Raphael departed Violet's apartment nocturnal fully. Uttered scant egress, Theo gazed. Violet nodded, silent vow return. Descended weighted legs. Streetward, black sedan curb parked. Ignited, mansion intent. Hand wheel touch, realized incapable. Incapable, enormous vacant return. Incapable silence terrifying. Rooms, Sophie laughter erstwhile. Not tonight. Mind uncontrollable storm. Raphael extinguished. reclined, gazed fourth-floor window crumbling, feeble yellow curtains spilled. Violet sleepless probable. Apartment seated, tomorrow dread. Gabriel reprisal secret 4-year interred. Chicago nocturnal frigid, heat unactivated, cold permeated, physical agony internal dulling. Thoughts myriad, tangled. Shock inaugural. Suspected Theo sighting. Violet confirmation fist cardiac. Progeny 4-year son ignorant existence. Guilt subsequent, shock trailing. Error intoxicated night. Unintentional, responsible. Violet consequences, solitary. He luxury wrapped, she penny fought, milk sun. Pain tertiary, profoundest tenacious. Pain years, vanished. Moments irreclaimable. Pain, Theo father, faceless. Miles proximate, ignorant. Midnight bitter, Sophie contemplated, spouse, paramount affection, truthless, perished. Sophie alive reaction? Query mind whirlpooled endless. Sophie devastated certain. Husband progeny housekeeper. Circumstances notwithstanding cardiac dagger. Yet Rafael knew Sophie. Compassionate utmost encountered. Children adored supremely. Wept infertility, not self. Child love, growth, maternity. Rafael believed, pain notwithstanding, Sophie Ethan love eventual, not instantaneous, arduous. Heart resistless innocent, especially beloved's blood. Perhaps angered him. Time requisite acceptance, yet certainty absolute. Sophie adult errors child suffer disallow. Embraced, orphan clinic inaugural encounter. Contemplating, Rafael broke anew. Not guilt pain, Sophie longing. Gentleness, forgiveness, situational rectitude knowledge. Wondered Sophie desire now? Answer mind sharp, Sophie auricular whisper. Ethan care. Father-child deserved. Live. Not exist, truly. Child unimaginable. Rafael car nocturnal, window-gazed extinction, darkness persistent, sleepless, past, present, future pondered. Chicago sky black-gray, gray pale pink, dawn rays horizon. Rafael car-seated, eyes sleep bloodshot. Mind keenest years. Night-long Ethan. Violet. Sophie. Life. Choices this juncture. Sun ascended. Golden warmth. Crumbling apartments. Answer finalized. Wouldn't flee. First certainty. 3 years. Sophie pain fled. Work buried. Emptiness. Daily cold shell. Different now. Confront. Wouldn't anger. Second self-avowal. Violet 4-year secret. Not selfish, harmful. Sophie, love sisterly. Happiness, destruction, avoidance. Self-life trade. Rafael, rightless anger, sacrifice immense. Right thing. First 37 years, decision non-empire, money, power, status, family, genuine family. Life empire built. Underworld dread. Weakness, death world self-proven, matter not sharer absent, nocturnal mansion return, silence greeted, Sophie life meaning, demise meaning co-perished, fate second chance, Theo, sun, blood, 4-year oculus lucid black, smile frozen mafia melt. Rafael inhaled dawn air lungs filling, 4th floor window gazed anew, morning sun, curtain glowed. Brighter promise. Return apartment. Violet non-angry, comprehended. Ethan father. Not money power, presence, love, everything. First 3 years, Rafael smiled. Precisely morning, Rafael faded blue wooden 4th floor door frontal. Sunrise hither, coffee bread nearby procured. Not hunger awaited knock proper. Unwilling Ethan rouse. Violet converse inaugural. Wanted long night decision comprehend. Inhaled deeply, knocked. 3 gentle. unlike mansion authoritative. Permission beseech, chance beggar. Seconds silent. Footsteps light internal, lock turn, door gradual. Violet there. Yesterday garb, hair disheveled. Eyes swollen crimson. Sleepless evident. Wept. Perhaps nocturnal. Anxious, terrified morrow. Gabriel sighting, eyes shock panic. Imagined myriad outcomes. Lawyer's custody, termination, furious reprisal mafia. Unexpected return, morrow immediate, bread bag, sleep-starved eyes crimson-rimmed. Mr. Cortez, voice rough tremulous, I explain. Rafael hand lifted, halted. Needless explain else, said. Low gentle, heard everything, thought nocturnal. Violet endured, hands gravid abdomen reflexive protect. Awaited storm, accusations, threats, 4-year imagined exposure. Yet Gabriel uttered unexpected. Not angry you. Violet blinked, auditory disbelief. Not angry. Rafael reiterated, timbre steady, clear. Understand, secret kept. Sophie. Loved, hurt, avoidance. Sinless. Sacrifice. Tears Violet's cheeks, immobile. Unbelieving auditory. Rafael persisted. Syllable care measured. Missed Theo's life years. Years irretrievable. Miss Day unwilling. Beheld Violet's eyes. Gaze purpose rediscovered. No son, Theo's father. Compensate life absent. Not money power, presence, love daily beside. Violet disintegrated. Tears restrained flooded. Uncontrollable. Shoulders convulsed. Door frame gripped. Collapse prevent. Not pain fear tears. Release tears. 4 years shadow lived. 4 years braced collapse. Hundreds terrible endings imagined. Never dared this. Ending Gabriel forgive. Ending father desire. Ending perhaps Theo familial complete. Why? Violet whispered tears. Why not angry? Hid son 4 years. Rafael head shook, interrupted. Raised son solitary 4 years, ignorant. Sacrificed youth. Sacrifice life protect. Apology needless. I owe you. Paused, added. Not here, Theo take. Here raise with you. Allow. Violet beheld Raphael tear blur. First 4 years, future different, solitary no more. Days ensuing, Raphael daily Violet's apartment. No longer opulent Bentley, security convoy. Alone, discreet black sedan. 4th floor door, afternoon post-Empire urgence. First life, Raphael work secondary. Fatherhood, unfacile, imagined. Theo, small. Caution habitual, mother only. Boy, incomprehensible, strange, daily appearance. Gazed Raphael oculus query-laden, sometimes maternal hide approach, sometimes silent watch, trust decide. Raphael helpless, unprecedented. Chicago's powerful. Fiercest enemies kneeled. Million pacts unflinching. 4-year confronting, lost, unknowing say do play son, child play inexperienced. 3rd day, expensive remote car, assistant high-end procured, speedy, LED blinking, real engine mimic, nearly $500. Theo car gazed 5-minute play, aside returned battered plastic daily. Raphael remote held, wrong uncomprehending. Violet confusion beheld, small smiled. Theo needless expensive gentle said. Needs play companion? Raphael beheld Theo floor, plastic push vroom mouth. Understood life money solved. Want buy, need pay. World operational. Child love unpurchasable expensive. Earned time, presence, true presence. Morrow, toys absent. Apartment arrival, expensive jacket shed, shirt sleeves rolled, floor sat Theo adjacent. Boy surprise stared. None floor played thus, maternal except. Can lend car? Rafael queried, timbre awkward, self-surprising auditory. Theo hesitated, red toy proffered, play commenced. Rafael car play ignorant. Clumsy push, Ethan vroom imitate, mattered not. Mattered here, cold floor cramped, time sun bestowed. Theo laughed. Bright peel, Gabriel car wall shoved, ridiculous boom. Boy doubled laughter. Gabriel realized life beautifulest auditory. Kitchen corner, Violet father-son observed. Silent cheek tears. Beheld all. Chicago's coldest mafia small bed cramped. Sun held. Clumsy lullaby sang. Beautifulest image beheld. Gabriel Theo careful laid. Blanket drew. Lingered nightmare non-return. Departed certainty sun deep slumber. Morrow, Theo awoke, lounge scampered. Gabriel sofa yesterday garb, nocturnal stayed. Boy momentary stood, head cocked, sleepy black, scrutinized. Spoke, Uncle Raphael, play cars today? Raphael elevated, heartbeat skip. Uncle Raphael, not man, not guest, Uncle Raphael. First son nomenclature, Raphael knew heart place, son earned. Month post Theo nightmare held. Month afternoons car floor, simple apartment dinners, bedtime tales, laughter frequent. Theo Gabriel presence accustomed. Boy Uncle Raphael. Afternoon knock familiar, door run radiant smile. Yet Gabriel Uncle eternal incapable. Theo's father, boy truth right. Sunday afternoon, Violet groceries egressed, father-son solitary, Gabriel time resolved. Sat Theo adjacent old sofa cartoons oft watched. Theo tell something. Gabriel commenced. Timbre nerve tremor. Faced dangerous unflinching. Son converse strange, tense. Theo elevated, big, black, awaited. Know why daily here? Gabriel queried. Theo head shook. Like playing? Gabriel smiled. Yes, like playing, reason another. Deep breath continued. Theo, your dad. Boy blinked, head cocked, understand trying. Dad? Yes, Dad. Raphael nodded. Before, existence unknowing. Son, unknowing. Now, know. With you, care, love, dads, children. Simplest explained, 4-year comprehension uncertain. Braced hard queries, doubts unanswerable. Yet Theo momentary quiet, face thoughtful child serious, elevated, eyes lit. So call Dad? Raphael heart constricted, yes, sweetheart. Call Dad. Dad? Theo tasted tongue new. Dad, Dad, Daddy. Repeated, smile widening, wonderful toy discovered. Sudden stop, Raphael stared intense, serious, near humorous. Dad, ask? Yes, ask truly, Dad. Theo second hesitated, face hopeful. Can dog? Wanted long, mom small, can't. You big house, right? Let dog? Raphael second froze, 100 queries prepared. Why absent before? Love mom, leave again? Not this. Then laughed. Chest deep, natural, uncontrollable. First real 3 years Sophie demise. Theo why uncomprehending laughed, clear blend, warm, low, paternal. Yes, Gabriel laughter stopped, eyes wet. Promise dog have. First weekend post, Theo dad called. Boy mansion, outskirts, Chicago. Violet accompanied, shy, entered once housekeeper only. Yet Raphael clarified, son mother, familial ingress, not servile. Theo mansion iron gate frontal, black eyes wide nigh prolapse. Never house magnitude beheld. Apartment mother with corner front garden fit. Dad, your house? Voice awe full. House big. Raphael smiled, bent lift arms. Yes, house, henceforth yours too. Boy delighted squeal doors through, all gasped. Foyer, enormous crystal chandelier, oak spiral stair, wall paintings uncomprehended beautiful. Theo everywhere ran, tiny footsteps marble tap, clear laughter room echo. 3-year deathly silent mansion Sophie demise alive sudden. Theo's laughter fresh wind frozen home. Corners infiltrated, heavy, gloomy, staff endured, dispelled. Herald, butler Reyes, decades served. Foyer edge stood, eyes tear blurred. Watched Rafael, reckless teen, powerful boss. Loved Sophie, married, lost. 3 years, master irrecoverable, worried. Now frontal, Rafael Reyes living floor kneeled. 4-year play cars. Cold feared, floor crawled, cheap plastic apartment brought push, vroom command. Staff kitchen whispered, lounge pass excuses gaze. Boss laughed. Boss played, boss different. Evening, Ethan everywhere run exhausted, sofa slumbered. Gabriel's son watched, loveful eyes. Lounge toys messy, plastic cars floor scattered, cookie crumbs rug spilled. Before, disorder unacceptable. Now Ethan traces beheld happiness soul, life signs, joy, child home growing. Raphael realized mansion requisite, not cold perfection, laughter, footsteps run, real family love. Weeks ensuing dream beautiful unbelieved real. Theo weekend mansion, week Gabriel afternoon apartment habitual. Yet gradual, Gabriel's son anticipate soul no. Violet anticipate too. Came gently, unnoticed, rooted deep mind. Noticed small, once ignored. Smile Ethan silly, lit tired face, Ethan talk eyes, pride sparkle, school letters new, picture drew, innocent daily queries. Gabriel liked listen, hours, sit ordinary daily here. Voice warm, soft, quiet strength admired, increasing. Woman-child hardest reared, edge pushed, never surrendered. Still smile, love, world hope-eyed. Violet Gabriel change noticed. Before, cold, luxurious owner, powerful eye meet, dared not. Now different Gabriel, beheld floor kneel Theo cars, expensive dirty uncaring. Beheld patient 100, why 4-year? Beheld son shoelaces tie learn. Sandwich Theo liked make learn. Fairy tales tell learn. Voice awkward. Theo breath laughter. Not Chicago feared mafia. Man everything father good become trying. Teacherless, step feel forward. Violet moved, unavoidable. Small moments collect water drops glass, slow sure. Evening, Violet exhausted 8th month pregnancy. Gabriel door food bag favorite restaurant. Uttered scant, sit rest, dinner handle. Table set, plates arranged. Food small pieces cut easier eat. Violet Chicago's powerful small her doing face turn hide tears. Week later, Gabriel apartment dark heavy eyes. Violet immediate recognized. Sophie death anniversary. Uttered not kitchen quiet cook commenced. Gabriel table sat, plate beheld still. Pasta tomato sauce Sophie way. Dish Sophie cooked hard day. Violet recipe learned mansion years. Sophie taught slow afternoons. Remember Sophie favorite said, gentle said. Thought need today. Gabriel pasta beheld. Violet beheld. Chest melt began. Not sharp, Sophie remember pain, warmth attention someone. Sadness notice own way ease try. Ate silence. Comfortable not strained. Theo slumbered. Apartment cozy strange. Gabriel Violet opposite beheld, belly full round, hair careless not, face makeupless, realized beautiful. Beautiful unseen before. Not glamorous society parties women. Beauty sincerity, strength, hell-walked kind heart kept. Gabriel never love again, Sophie demise intent. Heart wife co-died thought. Yet cramped apartment pasta cooling table heartbeat realized. Beat woman frontal, July, sticky, sweltering Chicago nights. Violet pregnancy final week, belly large, shoes tie barely. Gabriel moved her Ethan mansion weeks prior. Unwilling, cramped, solitary, due close. Prepared all, private best hospital suite. Doctors, nurses, 24 call. Even llamas breathing internet learned. Violet laughter fight saw Chicago's powerful sight practice breathe in out video instructional. Night morning 2, Violet awoke sharp twisting belly pain. Immediate new. Ethan once. Solitary cold public. Different now. Called Rafael second side. 2 weeks adjacent slumbered. Step single door Violet incapable. Everything quick post. Car nocturnal hospital. Medical ready prearranged. Violet delivery ingress. Rafael stayed. Begin end. Hand tight every contraction. Forehead sweat wiped. Encouragement whispered. Voice fear shook. First life childbirth witness realized women's strength true uncomprehended moment. Violet once fragile thought small, pain unimaginable fought. Jaw clenched, pushed, cried. Unyielding. Then, endless hours post, baby cry room filled. First cry, clear, strong. World declaration, new life arrived. Rafael stood, Dr. Baby Scarlet, chest placed, watched. Tears facial rolled. Hide unattempted. Uncare mafia cry unmeant. Moment, not Rafael Cortez. Reyes head. Merely man life miracle witness. Healthy baby girl, doctor smile announced. Exactly 3 kilograms? Scarlet cried, laughed, simultaneous, tiny daughter close held. Beheld Rafael. Eyes exhaustion red, happiness shine. Lila whispered. Name her Lila. Rafael nodded. Speak incapable throat tight shut. Beheld tiny scarlet arms. Eyes closed. Skin newborn red, wrinkled. Not biological. New baby relationship man vanished, pregnancy learned. Yet Lila beheld, naught saw. Saw baby, Theo's sister. Loved woman child. Enough. Want hold? Scarlet soft asked, voice tired, love full. Rafael second hesitated. Rough hands fragile hurt, afraid. Then careful, Lila Scarlet arms took. Gentleness unimagined possessed. Lila eyes opened. Newborn cloudy gazed Rafael. Moment, Rafael decided. Lila daughter, said, timbre firm, hesitationless. Love, care, protect, own, because family blood undefined. Family love defined. Scarlet beheld, tears rose anew. Happiness tears. Woman harbor found years drifting. December, sharp winter winds, white snow mansion garden blanket. Air warm joy overflow. Today, Rafael Violet wedding. Chose small ceremony. Spectacle no. Hundreds guests. No society weddings. Rafael once attended. Only mattered. Journey darkness light witnessed. Herald, loyal butler. Garden edge stood. Eyes tear blurred. Watched Rafael grow. Love Sophie. Marry. Lose. Grief drown 3 years. Now Rafael's smile watched. True smile. Not cold social obligation happy man smile. Clara, neighbor Violet Ethan 4-year helped. Front row sat Lila arms. 3-month baby girl, peaceful slept. Unaware today, mother life importantest. Clara Violet simple, elegant white wedding beheld. Tears fall unstoppable. Seen Violet life struggle. Nocturnal cry heard none here thought. Worried young happiness never find. Now Violet aisle walk radiant smile watched. Clara new worry dissolved. And Theo, 4-year tiny suit, life importantest job. Red velvet pillow carried, 2 wedding rings top. Walked soldier serious. Face concentration tense, brows tight, eyes rings fixed. slip attention might fall. Rafael son beheld, smile fight back. Ceremony pray, Theo duty 10 times asked, pillow hold practice over, worry breakfast, hardly eat. Boy, not parents' wedding mere, day family official whole. Violet Raphael altar reached, white flowers, candles glow, decorated. Each other silent beheld. Words needless. Eyes everything said. Long way this moment. Fateful night years prior, 4-year secrecy loneliness, Sophie loss pain, forgiveness healing. Now here, new life chapter step ready. Ceremony pray, Raphael important did. Alone private room stood. Left hand down looked. Sophie ring 6-year rested. Never removed since Sophie finger slid wedding. Part him, thread late wife tying. But today, Raphael's slow ring removed. Not Sophie forgotten. Never. Sophie first love taught, heart unforgettable part. But understood future hold, past release. Not Sophie release, pain, clinging, guilt, live she gone. Ring small box placed, wedding photo him Sophie, forever keep sacred memory, but finger new ring ready, new promise, new love. Raphael Violet rings exchanged, Theo beside grin ear stretch, mission perfect completed. Lila still rose arms, slept, peaceful. Today on father official had unaware. Efficient husband-wife declared, Raphael Violet kissed, first feelings confessed since. Gentle kiss, future every promise held. 3 years passed, wedding garden snow white. 3 years laughter filled, happiness, family storm post found. Reyes family today, unlike first days, Raphael Violet followed cramped outskirts Chicago apartment. Raphael 40 now, gray strands temples appeared, but eyes brightest ever. Still Reyes empire ran, but work changed. No longer 18-hour days used. Time family, dinners together, weekend mornings kids park. Learned money power, not sharer, no. Violet 30 now, no longer silent housekeeper once. Raphael Charity Foundation Sophie name created, single mother's difficult help. Violet ran, new purpose found, women like once helped, fighting alone beside no. Every time Violet Young Mother Foundation support watched, years Ethan solitary raised remembered, new right doing. Theo 7, smart, mischievous boy, 2nd grade, Chicago best schools. Still father same black eyes. Still head tilt curious something. And finally dog had. Golden-haired golden retriever Theo, named Captain. Raphael promise kept, day boy asked, can dog. Learning Raphael dad post. Captain family inseparable member now. Mansion raced. Theo bedfoot nocturnal slept. And Sophia, 3 years old, Reyes household little princess become. Mother curly brown hair, radiant smile, ability Gabriel anything wanted single look. Not biological, Raphael Sophia loved Ethan no different. Name birth certificate put. Official adopted eyes. Sophia daughter every way. Every year Sophie death anniversary. Whole family grave visit together. Raphael white flowers. Sophie loved headstone lay. Then sit tell life. Ethan growing how. Sophia preschool started how. Violet Charity Foundation Sophie name carrying. Believed Sophie somewhere smiling down them. Maybe everything guided this moment. Violet life brought reason unimaginable never. And every night sleep Raphael Scarlet beside lying look, glance toward Theo Sophia rooms. Listen, Captain steady breathing hallway end. Feel grateful. Grateful Friday afternoon, strange intuition pushed pregnant housekeeper follow. Grateful curiosity ignored no, continued ghost live empty mansion. Not followed Violet that day. Never known son had. Kept life waste, grief, loneliness, happiness front ignorant bus ride only away. This story ended, but lessons behind last. Lesson family. Family blood paperwork undefined. Love connection defined. Rafael Sophia, birth no, still daughter. Violet woman Rafael beginning love chose no. Life greatest love become. Lesson forgiveness. Sometimes secrets kept selfish no. Love out. Violet Ethan hid no take Raphael's son away, but protect Sophie. Protect marriage. And Raphael understood that. Chose forgiveness anger instead. Chose building destroying instead. Lesson hope never too late begin again. Raphael thought life ended. Sophie died. But fate gave second chance took it. No matter facing what, lost how much, always hope brighter tomorrow. And you? Story heart touched how? Ever lived moments life no way out felt, then something unexpected changed everything? Share us comments below. We truly love hear stories. Feelings deepest heart part. If story moved you, please hit like button support channel. Share video people love, ones might need little hope faith life. And haven't subscribed yet, subscribe turn notifications won't miss emotional stories, bring every day. Thanks staying us very last moment story. Wish all watching video good health, joyful life, peace each day. Always believe happiness waiting ahead. Sometimes only decision away, single step away. Or single afternoon following someone never expected. Goodbye. See you again next video.